Hello everyone, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is my weekly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's from the 11th until the 17th of February 2019. Of course, you have noticed we have got a really significant numbers going on this week, which is to start with number 11, which is to finish with it's number 17 again, which means that this week is going to be very significant when it comes to our own personal spiritual progress and when it comes to our own progress in general. And also there is a really powerful realization that we are all going to have, of course, and this is going to be very significant with our personal situation indeed. Now I'm going to start with the horoscope sign of Aries, like I always do, of course. Now Aries, my babies, it is going to be you're going to be the part of a very tricky situation this week. And when I say that you're going to be the part of a very tricky situation, means that you're actually going to be really surprised by the certain reaction by somebody who you know really well, by somebody who you look up to really well, and you're just going to find yourself in a situation where you're just going to think that you don't like this and you will want to change this. But this is actually going to have a really nice turnaround for you, because it's just going to kind of make you realize that there is a certain way out of the situation that you are in now, that you are going to find yourself in now, that you didn't have before, that you didn't realize before, that you didn't know, that you wasn't even aware of it. So this is really brilliant, but now that is going to resolve in you having an abandonment of the certain stage of your life. Now I'm not saying, oh my God, I'm just going to abandon the certain stage of my life. No, this is going to be the beginning of a really powerful unfoldment that you are going to have. A new idea is going to be born. A new idea is going to be born, which is going to, on another hand, have really fantastic impact on you when it comes to your own personal swift change, when it comes to your own personal wish, which you wanted to kind of happen for quite a long time, but you maybe find yourself kind of not on the wrong way, but the things were taking like a little bit longer, the things were taking slightly longer. So that's why this is going to be the rather significant time for you, because it most certainly this is going to be the new starting point. As I said, it is not this abandonment that I mentioned, it is not going to happen this week, but this idea is just going to become really powerful. So by the time we get to the actual 18th of April 2019, this is going to be the continuation of what was actually going on in your life now. And this is also, this week is going to be very significant when it comes to the progress with work, when it comes to the progress with the college, when it comes to progress with the schools, when it comes to the certain progress like in life in general. And that progress in itself, it is just going to bring a new bright prospect as well indeed. When it comes to the actual health, you're just going to have to step away from the situation and see why are you feeling like a little bit nervous and a little bit stroppy you're going to feel. So this is what you're going to need to do. To start with, you're going to need to kind of step away from the situation, and when the things like this week seem to be like a little bit, oh my God, no, I'm not too sure what to do, oh my God, this is when you just need to kind of step away from the situation and just see what you're going to do. You just look at the things with a different angle. On another hand, there is going to be like a B vitamins, the lack of the B vitamins that I'm seeing, but I would like to suggest you something, not a tablet or something. I mean, yeah, tablet, you can take tablet, but if you could take it in the form of like a brewer's yeast. Brewer's yeast is a natural form of B vitamins. Rather than take like some kind of chemical form of B vitamins, B vitamin complex and things like that, I would highly suggest you, if you could get like a brewer's yeast. Okay, you can take this in a powder form, which is a little bit more difficult to take, but you can also take it in a tablet form. If you take it in a tablet form, it has to be 100% natural, which means that it's going to contain only brewer's yeast, nothing else, no binding ingredients or anything like that, just dried brewer's yeast. And this in itself is just going to bring you a wonderful a natural form of B vitamin complex. It's a very gentle, it's a very natural, it's really good, and it's very important to take this with the food. So it is going to be a little bit of stressful situation that you're going to need to deal with, but this is absolutely brilliant, because it's a little bit of a yin yang again you will go through this week in order to see a little bit of a sunshine. You are going to need to get wet a little bit as well. Okay, when it comes to those of you that are in relationship, it is just going to be brilliant, because there's a really powerful a change going to happen. When I say that a powerful change is going to happen, which means that you and your partner are going to get together. I'm not saying that you weren't together before, but there's just a certain issue, something that impacted you a while back, something that impacted both of you a while ago, and you weren't too sure which way to go, you weren't too sure which way to turn. Now this is just going to start balancing itself out. So when it comes to the couples, this is going to be brilliant. It's going to be good change, and this change is purely going to come from the actual balance in between you two, but it's also coming from the problem that was unresolved like about 8 months ago. Within the last 8 months, okay, this happened, this certain problem. So this is going to be quite good. When it comes to those of you that are actually single, it is just going to be like a really nice, there is somebody that is just going to kind of start appearing in your life. There is somebody that is just going to have a really wonderful influence when it comes to you, and when it comes to your life, and when it comes to things that you do. And somebody is going to, on one hand, really inspire you, but this inspiration is going to be very important, and this inspiration is going to be the actual key, because through this inspiration there is someone really, really special going to manifest in your life, and you will see exactly what I mean. And just remember, my babies, one step at a time. Okay, now the second sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be Taurus. Now Taurus, this is going to be all about your personal reflection. This is going to be all about your own passion, the whole new passion that is also going to be born this week. And this particular passion is just kind of going to come from a big change. So there is a big change that Tauruses are going to be facing this week, and the big change that you're going to be facing, it is just going to be very much so connected to you. It's going to be connected to your lifestyle, it's going to be connected to where you live, and it's also going to be connected to the certain choice that you made recently, and certain choice that you felt really, really connected to. Think about it. What it is, Taurus, that you have been thinking about not that long ago. A certain thing is on your mind, it has been on your mind for a while, and that particular thing, it's keep on bouncing back. This is really special, and this is really powerful, and you need to work out what this is, because this is going to bring you a really sacred stage in your life, the whole new option, which is going to confuse you a little bit, make you like to contemplate, because there are a couple of things that are not working just right, not working that well, but it's all about patience, and it's all about making the right choice, and it's all about making the right decisions, and also realizing really big things around us. There's a lot going to be going on around you, my beautiful babies, my Tauruses. There's a lot going to be going on around you this week. You really need to notice, because there is something in particular that is just going to be the really main breaking point, but in a good way indeed, because that in itself is going to bring you the time this week. By the end of this week, you're going to have a really, really powerful, important contemplation, and that contemplation in itself is going to be very important, because it is, on one hand, it's going to be connected to the deep concentration, on another hand, it's going to be connected to the certain study, but also it is all going to be about reflection and about the respect for the certain knowledge, and about you realizing that there is a certain knowledge that you need to get hold of, you need to go through in order to get to the point where you want to get in your life. And that's why this is so important. It is a highly spiritual week for you, my beautiful Tauruses, indeed. It is a highly spiritual week, which is, as I mentioned already, going to bring you the whole new passion. There is a beautiful passion, beautiful desire, beautiful flame within you about to start burning, and it's going to be brilliant, because you are going to be able to feel this, you are going to be able to sense this, and also when it comes to you, the way you look, the way you feel, you're going to feel very, very radiant indeed, and people are going to be able to notice this, and that in itself, it's also going to be very good for you, because it is going to bring a certain balance into your life, certain balance where you're going to have a reconnection with the people who you haven't seen in a really long time. But there is a certain person in particular that you really want to see. If you really haven't seen this person in a long time, in a while, and now that person is going to come through, now that person is going to come forward, and that is going to have a really amazing influence and impact on you. Okay, my Tauruses, my babies, you also need to make sure that you actually, I need to make sure that you realize that there is going to be like also a very sharp and beautiful advice that you are going to get through someone this week. A powerful, significant, amazing person that is a little bit older, but like a very wise, a very beautiful balance this person also has, but it's just somebody who you really think about very highly, somebody who's very powerful when it comes to like a work-life balance and all these things. So there is a very amazing advice that you're actually going to get through this person. This advice is going to be absolutely brilliant, and also on another hand, this advice is actually going to be groundbreaking for you, because another time it's going to be in the November 2019 where you're gonna see the really huge big turning point in your life, my beautiful Tauruses, and it's all going to be the continuation of what is actually going on right now, and you will see where am I coming from, indeed. Okay, so now what else I was going to say, like when it comes to the actual health now, Tauruses, when it comes to the actual health, what you're gonna need to do to this week, it's actually just make sure that you are eating the right food. Just make sure that you are eating correctly, because you're again going to be very, very sick. Your stomach, there are a couple of things. Your stomach is going to be, your tummy, it's again going to be a little bit sensitive. Your stomach is going to be sensitive. So whatever you eat this week, just make sure that you're eating the right things, and make sure that you're eating really, really healthy. Make sure that you avoid again like a sugar. I'm not saying that you're eating sugar, lots of sugar and things like that, but just try to kind of just cut down on things and try to take it really easy. And most importantly, drink lots of water so you can flush out the toxins out of the system. On another hand, what else I was going to say, that there is actually going to be like a little bit of pressure in the head, a little bit of headaches that you are going to have, a little bit of pressure in your head. So that's why I'm saying that it's just so important to drink lots of water, to make sure that you flush out those toxins out of the system. And water is actually really, really brilliant when it comes to the headaches, when it comes to the pressure in the head and things like that. So please try to drink as much water as you can actually have this week. If you can have like a little target to yourself, if you can give it to yourself a target like about bottle and a half water at least a day. Bottled water, natural bottled water. Okay, so what else I was going to say, my beautiful Tauruses, is like for those of you that are actually in relationships, it's really great success this week, because the money, finances are just going to become looking very, very nice indeed. And that is going to be good, because it's also not only about the finances, but looking at the bigger picture, something is going to bring you closer together, because the big wish that you both wanted to do, that you both wanted to happen, something that you both wanted to manifest, it's coming through, and it's just going to reflect on both of you really, really beautifully, and you're both going to end up with a really wonderful option this week indeed. Okay, so for those of you that are actually single, it's going to be brilliant, because for those of you that are single, it's like this radiance you're going to have. You're going to feel really good, you're going to feel your vavavoom back, you know, you're going to feel sexy, and you're going to kind of be able to notice other people feeling this as well. So you are going to be going throughout your week, and you are going to be finding out certain things about yourself, because by just flirting, by enjoying this energy, it's not just like about flirting, about getting this attention back, but it's all about like the actual energy in between. It's about like what we realize about ourselves, what we realize about people who like us, what we realize about people who fancies us. There is some really important realization that a single Taurus you are going to have this week, but also there is somebody that that is just going to kind of start becoming the part of your scenario, and that person is just somebody who's really clever, and that person is somebody who's really, really smart. Or this is how you're going to think about this person, this is how you think about this person, this is how you this is how you, when you focus on this person, these are the feelings that actually get. So this is really nice, because most certainly this is somebody who is really nice and well balanced, and later on in your life, this person is actually going to play an important role. Okay, so now I'm going to be talking about the Gemini, of course. Gemini, you are having your own victory and mental clarity. It is not only about your victory, but it's just some situation that happened some while back that you just kind of like were feeling like a little bit victim of something, or you felt like it was a little bit unfair situation. So now it is not like about judgment or something like that, not the official judgment or something like that, but you were kind of like a little bit misjudged, but you didn't like the way it happened, and you didn't kind of like the way this kind of developed, but there was nothing that you could have do about it, and you just knew straight away that you just kind of have to like keep going, and the time is going to show otherwise. The time is going to show different, and this is why the bottom line is you're going to have a good news, my babies. Good news this week. That news is going to be beneficial for you, for what you have done so far, for what you have been focusing on so far, but also very much so beneficial for your partner if you have a partner, or sorry if you haven't got a partner, like, but if you it's going to be beneficial for the people in your life, you know, for your family members, if you have got family members, for the immediate people in your life are going to be able to benefit from this indeed. Finances are just going to start looking much better, and there is some kind of new option also kind of going to become available for you over here, and I think that's absolutely brilliant, because it is just going to be the whole new motivation that it's going to come through this, the whole new motivation indeed. On another hand, what I was going to say, you're just going to kind of have also a new knowledge this week, new knowledge that you are going to realize. It is not that you are kind of going to just get new knowledge, but you're just going to realize something about yourself. And this is really good, because you're going to realize a certain knowledge about yourself, how knowledgeable you are. And on another hand, that in itself is just going to make you realize, what am I doing? I can do this. So it's absolutely perfect week to go to look for the job, to go to apply for the jobs, to go to ask for the promotions. Even if you don't get a promotion this week, you are going to start something very significant. This is going to be the beginning of something really significant. So later on, and especially in May 2019, at around the 17th of May, there is going to be a very powerful continuation of everything that I said so far, but especially when I just said that you're going to start something really, really new. And this is why this is just going to be such an important time of unfoldment. What else I was going to say, that basically when it comes to the actual, the actual health, my beautiful Gemini, when it comes to the actual health, you're just going to kind of need to kind of make sure that you're using the right cream for your hands, and the right cream for your face, the right cream for your feet. I'm just seeing the whole skin on your body is going to be very sensitive indeed throughout this week. I will say this, and I know I said it before, but I'm going to say it again. Make sure that you use natural products when you have shower, when you have a bath. Natural products, and also most importantly, it's after the shower, if you can use like a natural body creams, natural hand cream, natural foot cream, and that is going to help you quite a lot, of course, when it comes to that dryness in your whole body. On another hand, basically, and those of you that are actually in relationship, it is just wonderful week, because it is just going to be all about devotion. Your partner is going to start feeling very close to you. I'm not saying that they didn't feel close before, but it's just going to be like a very much so like the week of closeness, the week of lots of love, the week of lots of emotions. Really, really good week, but it's all about the actual maturity, devotion. It is all about, it is going to be very, very significant week, and very emotionally charged in between you and your partner. And I absolutely like this, because it's all going to be about a certain devotion, and your partner is going to do something really nice for you this week. Your partner is going to surprise you, but now when I'm telling you, it may not even be surprise anymore, but it's most certainly going to be in a good way, and you're going to realize how proud you are of your partner. Okay, so now going on those of you that are actually single, now the single Gemini is just the single Gemini. You need to, like, this is again, you single Gemini, you're just again going to have a blast from the past in your mind. Somebody's just kind of gonna come back in your mind who shouldn't come back. And now I'm saying this again, and this seems to be very significant, and it's just, you don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want to hurt yourself, and I don't want you to hurt yourself. Your karma, your spiritual journey with this person is finished. Finito. finisher. Okay, so that's why I just don't want you to hurt yourselves. But even when you think about certain person, even when you think about someone like this, it is not good because it's too sharp. It's like thinking about lots of little knives that are like kind of keep on bothering you, like they ting, 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 annoyingly. So this is why this is someone who is not good. So whoever comes back into your mind and you've split up with this person, you're not with this person, you maybe have never even been with this person, just know this is the sign that this person is not the right person for you indeed. So, but on another hand, it is going to be a really great week of like a kind of like a socialization, like a meeting with friends and things like that. And that in itself, it's going to have a healing effect on you, my beautiful babies. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's actually going to be Cancer. Now, Cancerians, I mean, you are like, ooh la la, it's just something, it's going to happen in the family, within the people that are close to you. Maybe you haven't got a family, but it is going to happen with the people that are very close to you. And what is actually going to happen is just going to kind of make you realize that it's just this week, it's going to be all about the transformation, because you're going to have to kind of react in a certain way. You will need to do something, you're going to need to react in a certain way, but it's going to be very, very good indeed, because it is going to have a rather wonderful and transformative effect on you. So you're going to find yourself like when it comes to health and things like that, to be buzzing all around, you're going to have a lot of energy indeed. But on another hand, something big is going to happen, and it's so huge and it's so significant, and it's just going to happen kind of like sooner than you think, quicker than you think, and it's all about the realization, and it's all about you realizing this, that it was there, but it was just all about you just stepping back from the situation a little tiny little bit and just look at the situation from a slightly different angle. So the bottom line is a fantastic, great news you will have, and that in itself is just going to make you feel so happy. That in itself is going to put a really big smile on your face, but also you will be able to relax, you will be able to chill out. So this is very, very kind of connected to the problem, to the really heavy baggage, and it's a lot to do with you with your lifestyle, where you live, what you do, what you're going to do next, and you making a really big decision. It's all going to stem from this point, because this week is going to be week of your personal invocation, which also means that your mind, the power of your mind, is going to be very strong. So think positively, think clearly, think far, and think in a really right way. So you don't think negatively. Do not put bridges and walls around you. Not bridges, but do not put walls around you. Just think, really, really freely. Be really, really open-minded, and you will surprise what you are going to bring into your life. And there is a certain omen going to be waiting for you this week, and the omen is going to fly, which means it's going to be a little bird, and it's going to happen at around this week, and it's going to happen at around the time when you least expect it, and it's going to something really strange and unusual. It's going to happen after that moment, after that point, after you see the bird, and that in itself is going to be your special message, my little babies. Okay, so when it comes to the actual health, as I said, it's actually going to be really good, because it's the energy wise, it's again, I can tell that you're going to be really it's going to be absolutely brilliant for you when it comes to the actual energy. So you're going to find yourself in a situation where you're going to kind of achieve quite a lot, and also mentally, you're going to feel very, very optimistic. Okay, so the health, it's actually going to be really, really good. But I do have to say that it is going to be like your knees are going to be like a little bit of a sensitive area, and your lower back is just going to be like a tiny little bit of a sensitive area this week. So just try to like not overwork yourself, try to not kind of carry too many heavy things, even if you do have to, if it's your part of your work, or you have to do it, you don't have a choice, then just try to take it really, really easy, and instead of carrying really heavy things, just try to take it really like a few little batches instead of just one really, really big, rather take a slightly longer time, but take care of your health. But on another hand, you'll be absolutely fine, because it's going to be good. So optimism, it's going to be throughout the week very significant indeed. And also, there is going to be emotionally an unresolved situation, and somebody in your life, it's just going to be going through something really emotional, and it is just kind of going to make you think about a certain stage or a certain area of your life or of somebody else's life, and how you could actually help them, but it is not going to be possible possible this week, but this week is just going to be the beginning of you kind of like thinking about a certain thing, or how could you actually help with a certain problem. Those of you that are in relationship, my beautiful Cancerians, like those of you that are in relationship, you know, it is just your partner is just going to be a little bit disappointed with something, because the financial situation is not going to give what it would give, or it is not going to manifest, or it's not going to happen in the way that you want it to happen, the way that you both are kind of hoping to happen, which is fine. And also your partner is going to be like a little bit disappointed with somebody, not you, but somebody else, when it comes to career, when it comes to finances and things like that. So there is somebody going to be that is going to be like a little bit like a negative in this situation, but it's just basically, just remember, it is not all about the material success, and the things are going to be better, and just like 4 months later, exactly 4 months later, things are going to be absolutely brilliant. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So June is going to be very significant when it comes to the certain progress and movement when it comes to this particular situation. Now, those of you that are actually single, there is someone very successful that is just going to become the part of the scenario. Somebody you haven't met before, somebody who you haven't seen before, somebody who you haven't never been in touch with before, somebody who you didn't even know they existed before. And that person is just somehow going to become the part of the scenario. You're going to see this person is going to see you this week, and there are going to be other people surrounded. This person is not going to kind of become the part of the very important scenario this week when it comes to you two making love. No, I'm joking. When it comes to you two getting closer together and things like that, you know, this is just going to be the beginning of this person like kind of entering your dimension. But this person is going to enter your dimension to start with you just kind of feeling very, very motivated by the success of this particular person. But it's also going to awake something in you, a little butterflies in you that you haven't felt before. And this is going to be a really, really good one. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, of course, it's going to be Leo. Now, Leo, it is the powerless situation. It's coming to an end. The powerless situation that was connected to your worrying, to your problem when it comes to money, when it comes to finances, when it comes to making a really big decision, and when it comes to you waiting for the right time, waiting for the right moment to do that particular move that you wanted to do in a really long time. You knew that it was like a powerless situation for a while, for at least the last 8 months, because it was all about waiting for the right time. It is all about the timing. It is all about you reaching and completing the certain spiritual journey. I did mention this before, because Leos, you have got a very significant new start, very significant new beginning, but this is really big. This is connected to the big change. This is connected to the big movement. This is connected to you also realizing that in order to move on with your life, you're just gonna kind of have to really make a really big decision, and this decision is closely connected and closely related to your home, to your living arrangement, to what you do, to what's your main source of income, your finances, and what you want to do when it comes to your own luxury, when it comes to your culmination, when it comes to you doing certain changes with the living, because there is a lot going to be that you're going to be unhappy this week when it comes to your immediate surroundings. So, but this is really good, because you're going to feel the power, you're going to feel the certain accomplishment, and you're going to feel the certain confidence. And the reason why you're going to feel all this confidence, you Leos, you're fantastic when it comes to confidence anyway, but the reason why you're going to feel this confidence this week is just because of the certain completion. It's going to actually become absolutely evident to you, and that completion is also very much so going to be connected to you, to your own personal victory and your own stability, and the realization that, you know, finances are just going to start changing after this moment, after this point, and that in itself is just going to give it a whole new control over the situation, and I think that's absolutely brilliant. You're going to find yourself in a situation where you're going to be able to help to other people less unfortunate than yourself, but also there is a certain family member that is going to, again, I know I said this before, Leos, but it's just keep on coming out that there is a certain family member who needs your help. Give them some love, give them some emotions, give them some attention. There's a certain family member that needs your help this week. Please, you need to work out who this is, and you need to work out how they need your help. But how I see that they need your help, they just need your attention, they just need your love, they just need a little bit of your power, because somebody is going to be going through something very, very difficult indeed, and that person means a lot to you. Okay, on another hand, it's just basically what else you're going to realize that you are also going to the literal change. You will find yourself having lots of energy when it comes to the doing changes at home, making changes at home, and this is just going to make you feel really good. This is just going to make you feel really happy. This is just going to make you feel like like it's just going to give you more vavavoom. It's going to give you more power. It's going to put a big smile on your face. It's going to make you feel very optimistic also. And when it comes to the health, also very important that you are going to kind of need to kind of look towards the certain health regimes and things like that. It is going to be very important to get the right work-life balance, because it is going to be the week of the actual sensitivity when it comes to your skeleton again, and when it comes to your bones again, when it comes to your joints in your body again. And I have seen this before, I know, Leos, but it seems to be certain illnesses and certain negativities seem to be going like for a while when it comes to the certain signs indeed. But when it comes to you, my beautiful Leos, it is a lot going to be about your skeleton in general again. I have seen this before, and I want you to really kind of take it really easy, but at the same time I want you to kind of make sure that you're having the right work-life balance. So make sure that you're having a nice exercises, gentle exercises that are not going to overwork you or anything like that, but make sure you do these exercises throughout the week. And also sauna, swimming pool, swimming and things like that are going to be very significant and very powerful when it comes to things like this, because you're kind of using different muscles, you're using your body in a different way, which is really significant when it comes to the joints, muscle pain and things like that. Okay, but it's the work-life balance that is actually going to help you with the certain negativities when it comes to this particular situation indeed. And what else I was going to say is that it's an important traveling realization that you're going to have this week. It's going to be very significant, the traveling realization, and it's going to become more evident. This may not be necessarily to do with the holidays and to do with taking care of yourself, but there's some kind of traveling situation that it's going to arise, and it's going to require from you to do a little bit of traveling in order to achieve something. So you need to do this. It's not going to be a massive journey, huge journey, but it is going to be the traveling that you're going to become the part of. It's going to become the part of your life, become part of your journey, which is just going to kind of you're going to need to do this. You're going to kind of become the part of this, and this in itself is just going to require from you to yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. Do not say no. You need to say yes. You need to do this. You need to go for it, because there's a wonderful unfoldment going to be waiting for you at the end of all this. The actual continuation of this week that is going to be really significant. It's going to happen on the 13th of October 2019. On the 13th of October 2019. Watch this space. Okay, so now also what I was going to say, that those of you that are actually in relationship, it's just your partner is going to be really surprise you, and you thought that your partner is smart, you thought that your partner is clever, you thought that your partner is very capable, but this week there is something going to be wow, you're going to be oh la la. It's just, you're going to feel amazed, you're going to feel really good, you're going to feel really pleased. Your partner is going to do something and you're going to be absolutely blown blown away. And that in itself is just going to kind of illuminate your own situation. It's just going to have a really wonderful impact on both of you, your life. And there is some significant situation that is going to arise out of it. And that situation is going to result in you to feeling very, very close to make a really big change in your life. Okay, people can make such a change only if they really love each other and only if they're meant to be together. So this is going to be really good for the couples this week indeed. And for those of you Leos that are actually single, for those of you Leos that are actually singles, it is just kind of, you will feel very close to the new stage when it comes to like a new learning experience, new life, new learning experience. And this is going to be really brilliant. And this is going to kind of make it to look towards a new studies, new college, new work, new life, you know. And that in itself is just going to make you realize that you need to become the part of this certain learning process. This is really important because you thought that you couldn't do this. This was all kind of part of your spiritual journey like about 4 or 5 years ago, and you've kind of left it, stepped back from the situation, and now this is the continuation of that. So this is very important because this is the second part of your spiritual journey. The bottom line is whatever new college you start, or not college necessarily, but whatever new learning experience you feel yourself attached to this week, that particular new learning experience is going to become very significant when someone really, really special walks into your life. Okay, so now the next sign I'm going to be talking about is of course going to be Virgo. Now Virgos, this is all about you discovering yourself, all about you rediscovering yourself, all about you feeling really good, all about you feeling really radiant, all about you feeling your vavavoom back. Your vavavoom back is going to be very significant, and you are going to be affected by the numbers 11 and number 17. As I said, this week starts on the 11th and it ends on the 17th. It is just absolutely fantastic. Okay, number 11, it's all about the new beginning, very spiritual, very powerful, very significant indeed. The new beginning that is connected to us, the new beginning that is connected to our spiritual journey, the new beginning that is connected to karmically very, very strongly to our whole life, not just this moment and not just this stage. This is what number 11 means, and it also means that it's going to bring a wonderful, wonderful surprise this week to all of us. Number 17, of course, means that this is a strong connection with the angels, strong connection with our guardian angels, with our spirit guides, with the universe, with the God. It is going to be very, very strong indeed. So you are going to feel it like there is no tomorrow. Virgos, my babies, you're going to have little wings. You're going to have little wings. You're going to be flying like a little birdie. You're going to be flying like a little angel all around the place. When I say this, it's because lots of Virgos have been going through difficult things. Especially for the last couple of years, especially for the last 24 months. It was fine, but the energy was very, very thick sometimes. The energy was very, very heavy sometimes. And sometimes Virgos, you knew what to do. You knew which way to go. You knew what the right decision would be to make. Very, very sharp, very clever, very smart indeed. But it's always on the other side, not on the other side, but always it's like it's always something at the back of your mind. I was going to say something is at the back of your mind that was actually bringing you down, that was dragging you down, and that was preventing you from flying. So you could only fly like a little while, just a little bit, you see. And this is because you had to work towards your certain spiritual journey. You had to work towards a certain completion. So that's why this week is so important for you, Virgos, because the certain completion is happening, and it's going to be absolutely brilliant. This is all going to be about you, free spirit, your homecoming time, your strength and power. You're going to come in, and your own success, it's also going to become very significant and very evident. And it's a lot going to be about your material attainment that is going to make you realize a certain advantage. Advantage is also going to make you realize about a certain well-being, and your well-being is going to be absolutely brilliant this week indeed. This is all going to be about rediscovery, discovery. Social relationships are going to be are going to become very important part of the scenario, your social relationships, and the certain person in your life that is your friend, that means to you really a lot, that you really look up to, you know each other for a while, is also going to have a very special little message for you. And that kind of message can only come from somebody who knows you really well, who knows you for a while, who really knows you really well. And that message is just going to be so significant, because this is going to be the message that is going to come to you from the other side through somebody else who is really important figure in your life, like a best friend, maybe family member, and things like that. Also, on another hand, very important decision will be made by somebody else. Virgos. I'm joking. No, very important decision. No, this is good. Yeah, there is going to be a really brilliant decision that is going to be made by somebody else, and it's wonderful, it's significant, it's powerful, it's the new start, new beginning. It's absolutely brilliant. And also it's a lot to do with like some kind of, maybe it was like a court case, it could have been like a court case, it could have been something official. It's basically, the bottom line is it's really important to you. It's been a while since this message, these people were trying to make this message, decide, make a decision. However this is, it's actually going to be really good. So expect justice, my babies, my Virgos. You can expect justice this week. Your justice is coming. Your justice is going to be very significant, and it's going to put a really big smile on your face, because at the same time you will be able to do something you couldn't do in a really long time, and you will see what I mean. And also on another hand, you will be able to relax, you will be able to chill out, you will be able to kind of relax, because you're going to get a really wonderful balance back, and the whole new sharpness is going to come back. The life is going to start seem so good. Everything is going to kind of seem crystal clear. There are lots of blessings that you're literally going to receive this week, and it's all going to be about your own personal grounding, unfoldment, invocation, and instinct. This is just such an important week of the actual rebirth. As I said, like health-wise, you're gonna feel like, ooh la la, absolutely brilliant. Lots of energy, lots of power. You're gonna be like all around the place. You see, on another hand, it's also what I was going to say is that basically the home, something very important is going to happen when it comes to your immediate home, and an important decision. And that decision is also going to come through from your own personal achievement, your own personal advancement that you are going to be going through this week. You couldn't have done this before, you couldn't have taken this road before, you couldn't have taken this route before. However, this is going to be wonderful, because this is going to be the week of a fantastic unfoldment, and you're going to do something, you're going to be able to do something really big, and it's really concerning you and the immediate family members, people around you, your place where you live, and things like that. Really important situation that you are going to make, because you are going to have a control of the situation that you didn't have before. And also very important, bright new prospect is going to manifest this week. You may not go for it straight away, but you're going to feel so attached to it. You're going to feel so connected to it. It's going to be very strong. It's going to be very powerful. It's going to be very shiny within your energy. So it will be very difficult for you to miss it. So this is going to be something really important here, and very important starting point for you Virgos in 2019. Okay, what else I was going to say, my babies? It's actually the health, as I said, is going to be brilliant, but you're going to have to make sure the only thing is to do with the stomach and the digestion. And you're not the only sign that I'm seeing this, and I keep on seeing this. It's a lot to do with having very sensitive tummy, very sensitive digestion. So just try to kind of like eat really healthy, but try to take a very gentle supplement. When you take supplements, like for example, if you take like let's say 1,000 milligram of vitamin C, just try to take it like a 500 500 milligrams of vitamin C, like maybe half a tablet, for example, or half a powder, half a teaspoon, you see. But I do feel like you are really going to benefit a lot when it comes to the actual vitamin C natural powder, acerola. It is the natural form of a vitamin C that comes in the powder from the fruit called acerola, and it comes like, it's a very strong indeed when it comes to the actual vitamin C. It tastes a little bit strange because it's like, to me, I quite like it. I take this myself in acerola powder. It's organic, it's 100% natural, without anything else in, no binding ingredients or any rubbish like that, just purely powder, acerola cherry powder. And I really kind of like want you to kind of do this and to take this not only this week but throughout February and throughout March. This will be very significant natural form of the actual vitamin C. Instead of maybe tablet or something like that, you can just take it in a powder form, which would be like the most natural form of this. You take it in a little bit of water, and this is where it goes. Normally you take like about, for that week, normally you take just 1 teaspoon of acerola cherry, which is very strong in a vitamin C, like 1,000 milligrams, like really strong indeed. But what you do this week only, if you get this powder, you just this week you take it half the teaspoon, which would be at around 500 milligrams with a little bit of water, and just drink it, okay? And then after that week you can take it like a 1 teaspoon in like a little bit of water, and just keep on drinking, and especially when you feel really low, especially when you feel really run down. But this is what I think that you're going to really benefit from this week, my beautiful Virgos. And when it comes to the actual, you know, digestive system and things like that, this is also going to be quite beneficial indeed. And also, what else I was going to say, that basically when it comes to those of you that are actually in relationships, it's just a brilliant, because the partner, there was something maybe not quite right with the partner maybe didn't have a certain energy when they needed to have a certain energy, or maybe the partner was like a little bit distant, maybe the partner wasn't like responding too much, maybe the partner wasn't as quick as you wanted them to be. There was just like a little bit of miscommunication in between you two, but not because you just didn't talk or something like that, but it was just like kind of two different energies where we're kind of colliding for a while in not really good ways. So now there's a balance going to come through, and that balance is going to have a wonderful impact on you both, because it is going to be finally bring a balance to you both. So you're both going to have a really wonderful control over your relationship like that you didn't have before. And this is in itself, it's going to be really wonderful starting point. And those of you that are single, some kind of experience, a leader is going to become available. Some kind of really wonderful person is going to start manifesting around you, and you're going to be like, oh my God, they're gorgeous, oh my God, they're stunning, oh my God, would they really fancy me? It is going to be that type of thing, but also it is just going to be somebody really wise, somebody really intelligent, somebody really clever, somebody really like a business orientated that you're not going to necessarily meet or come across where someone is a business orientated, you see. But this person is just going to be the part of the scenario that you're going to kind of meet this week, see this week kind of, but the other people going to be around as well. This person is just going to be like become somebody who is just going to become a part of your life, and somebody who's just actually going to stay there. And also, can I just say that it's very important for me to say that you may not, also what I said before, you may not start talking and kissing this person like straight away as soon as you see them, like hello. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. God, I'm terrible. No, what I was going to say is just like you may not kind of start some kind of relationship straight away, but I can see it's going to be one step at a time, and I know that you're going to look up to this person quite a lot, and I know it's just going to be the time of unfoldment, and that is going to take a while from the time you meet this person, from the time that person manifests. However, it is somebody who's going to play significant difference to your life in the best possible way. Somebody who was missing indeed. Okay, so now the next sign I'm going to be talking about, of course, is going to be Libra. Libera. Okay. It's going to be Libra. Okay. Now, Libra, this is all going to be about you feeling, hello, I'm all cool, because you will have a really good achievement this week. You will have a great achievement this week, and you are also going to prove someone wrong, someone who kind of left a little bit of bitter taste in your mouth, somebody who didn't think about you very highly, and somebody who didn't think that you would achieve what you wanted to achieve. So at the same time, you will kind of, on one hand, this is all going to be about your own personal achievement, your strength, your power, your success, your material achievement, your advantage, and what you kind of expected. You kind of knew that this is going to happen. And on the other hand, that is also going to prove your point to somebody else, which is going to be brilliant as well. And also that is just going to become a very, very important point for you, because it is just going to make you realize that you it's fine, you're on the right track, but it is going to take slightly longer, and it's also going to be like some kind of deep concentration and study are going to be very important, which means that you still need to kind of like go down on the same road. Don't do anything silly, don't do anything drastic, just go. Okay, July 2019 is just going to 11th of July 2019. It is going to be direct continuation of this, what was happening right now. So that's why I'm just saying, just go one step at a time. You're going to be absolutely fine. There will be a point where you're going to think, no, I just want to finish this, I just want to stop this, or no, like a mini little breaking point that you will have this week, and it's only going to be caused by somebody else who's kind of going to kind of stress you out a little bit, but you will be absolutely fine, because I see a little bit of a devil here, but then you're going to be the one who is an angel, so you're going to win over this devil, and you're going to be absolutely fine. And for you to win over this devil is just carry on. Don't do anything drastic, don't do anything huge, don't do anything massive, okay? Even if you feel like, oh no, it's the end or something like that, no, there is going to be a little bit tricky situation that you're going to have this week, my babies, and all what I want you to do is just keep going. Life can be really great sometimes, amazing, fantastic. But then again, at the same time, we do need to go through certain things in life. There's certain things in life that are shaping our experiences as people, our spiritual experience and our spiritual journey and our karma. And it's all to do with us. It's all to do with our spiritual journey now and our past life indeed. There's something very significant going to become very available for you here as well. What else I was going to say, do you know, because I said that you had a little bit of a devil this week. It's just a negative, bad person whom you're going to realize something about them. You're not going to be surprised, but about yourself, you're going to realize something really, really good. And that in itself is just going to bring you the whole brand new prospect. That is just going to bring you the whole new idea. And also an omen that you are going to have. You're also going to have an omen this week. And the omen that you are going to have, the omen, it's going to be connected to the actual nature, and of course it's going to be outside, and it's going to happen with the nature. Again, there is going to be like a water close by, like some kind of water is going to play an important role. And again, it is something to do with like a water, and it's something to do with a certain animal that is going to become an important part of this kind of omen that you are going to have. And that omen that you are going to have will be very important, because it's just going to help you to kind of like put a stop to a very difficult situation in your life that are considering that is like kind of connected to two different things. Okay, so this is going to be a really wonderful new starting point, and also it's going to help you like kind of to have a really good start with the launching new products in those areas where you had the difficulties before. Absolutely brilliant. The whole new prospect, the whole new starting point that is going to become available for you this week. Now, what else I was going to say, when it comes to the actual health, you are going to kind of just start feeling like a little bit of like a cold and flu symptoms this week that are going to be very significant. So let's say it is just a lot to do with your throat, it's a lot to do with your head, it's a lot to do with your chest and things like that. And I would love to absolutely recommend to you 100% what I recommend it to Virgos as well. It is also vitamin C, acerola cherry powder, okay? Very, very significant acerola powder, okay? It needs to be pure, natural, organic, okay? Without any chemicals, without any rubbish, without any binding ingredients, just acerola cherry powder if you can get. And if you can take 1 teaspoon, and not just this week but throughout the month, it will be absolutely brilliant. You take that much water, you take 1 teaspoon, you mix it up with the water. This is natural product, so it's not all gonna disappear like when you do this. So you have to like kind of break these things like a little bit with your teaspoon inside that glass of water. You just break it a little bit, you see, like that, and just you mix it all together. This is a natural product, and it tastes a little bit strange, it tastes a little bit bizarre. As I said, there are no like fancy sweeteners and all the rubbish. This is a purely natural product that tastes a little bit strange, but you put it in that much water and you drink it throughout this week, that particular week, and then throughout the month also you're going to find this quite beneficial. And what is this going to do? It's just a wonderful source of vitamin C that you put into your body, which I think is absolutely essential when it comes to cold, flu symptoms and things like that. And also where you can find golden seal. Golden seal, it's the actual herb. If you can take it in a tincture, if you can buy it somewhere like as natural as you could possibly buy, it's like in a tincture. And I think it's like also going to be really good when it comes to the actual absorption. And this golden seal is just something that you basically, it's a natural herbs. You take it for a while, you take it for a little while, then it's off. You know, you take it for like about a few weeks, then a couple of weeks off, then, you know, but it doesn't have to be necessarily a couple of weeks off. I would highly suggest to take it just for like about a couple of months, then you have like about 3 or 4 months off, and then you take it again for a couple of months, but you take it at around those times, so your body doesn't get too used to it, but you take it at around those times when you feel a little bit round down, and especially like in the weeks like that when I said this. If you are any other medications, please do check with your doctor or with your GP if this can interact with your medications, please. Okay? And also when it comes to the actual partners, when it comes to those of you that are in a relationship, you see, you just kind of like your partner is going to be going through something quite nasty, not quite nasty, but something to quite certain difficulties, and it is just kind of like you just need to like stand next to your partner and just take care of your partner, do something nice for them, be nice to them, buy them something nice, surprise them. The energy of something new your partner is going to be benefiting from. So this is what you need to do. You may notice your partner being a little bit strange, a little bit bizarre, but I want you to say something to your partner to not to worry about starting something new, to starting new project and things like that this week. It is not going to be the best week, and there are going to be difficulties. If your partner has to start a new project this week, then just make sure that your partner has got, I know it sounds really silly, but make sure that your partner has got like a little bag of salt in one pocket, little bag of salt in another pocket. What I said last week also, I mentioned this, but this is just so powerful and effective way of protecting ourselves from all sorts of negative energy. So this is what I need you to say to your partner to do if your partner does have to start new projects and things like that. Okay, so now sorry. When it comes to those of you that are actually single, when it comes to those of you that are single, you are going to be kind of really excited. You're going to be really excited about a certain change you want to make. You'll be focusing on a big change. You'll be thinking about a big change. And also, it is just going to be absolutely wonderful situation that you're going to be going through. And this situation, it's all coming from you and your own achievements, what you have done so far. So you'll be enjoying attention. Whether you're going to find somebody this week like love-wise, I don't think it's going to happen, but what is going to happen is just you really having a lot of social relationships that are going to be very significant later on. But it's also now at around this time, it is exactly right thing that you will kind of you will need to do, because you are about to rediscover something about yourself, but also something very important when it comes to your immediate future. Okay, so now the next sign I'm going to be talking about is of course going to be Scorpio, and of course Scorpio, that you are going to have your hermit mode this week. Of course, Scorpio, of course you're going to have your hermit mode this week, but this is going to be a good hermit mode. This is going to be the hermit mode where you're gonna kind of fall in out of the blue. You're not gonna think about it. You're not gonna kind of have any pre-warnings. You're not gonna like wake up in the morning like feeling really low. It is just gonna happen out of the blue. This is going to be an interesting one. This is going to be the strange one. This is going to be a really bizarre one, because for example it is just going to happen right or quite unbalanced indeed. So which means that you're going to be like kind of like chatting to your, let's say, your friend or chatting to a family member. You're absolutely excited, you're really happy, you feel really great, you feel really amazing, and then suddenly you're gonna have this moment when you're gonna be like, oh, suddenly it is just going to be the certain sign, certain thing that you're going to see, certain emotion you will go through, and that emotion is just going to start something. That emotion is going to trigger something, and immediately you're gonna find yourself being the part of the slightly different dimension. Yeah, you're gonna find yourself being a part of the slightly different dimension, and also very strong connection with the past. You will feel a very strong connection with the past, very strong connection with with a certain experience in the past, with a certain person in your past who used to mean to you a lot, who still means to you a lot as well. So it is also on another hand going to bring you a mini vision. Mini vision is going to bring you a mini insight. An insight that you are going to have is just going to kind of become like a new idea, new project, new start, new beginning, and this is only literally going to be like a mini little baby lotus flower that is just going to become like available to you, that is just going to kind of manifest around you this week. And that little baby lotus flower that is going to start manifesting around this week is just telling you, just go, do, apply for as many jobs as you can this week, do as much as you want to do this week, try as many new things as you can do this week. There's a certain challenge that you're also going to have this week, and you're going to do really, really well. So this is going to be an amazing starting point for you this week. I cannot even explain this. Automatically, this is going to have a very strong connection with your future and very strong connection with your future planning. So that little baby lotus flower that you're actually going to start having manifesting this week, what is going to happen? The continuation of that is just going to happen on the 11th of November 2019. It is going to be the direct continuation of what am I talking about right now. That's why I'm saying it's important to apply for as many jobs as you can, do as much as you can. It's not only about the jobs. You can be like retired, but just do things that you find challenging, do things that you wanted to do but you feel uncomfortable about, and that is going to be the actual breaking point. That is going to bring the new world, that is going to bring the new energy, that is going to bring the new power. Letter T, it's also going to be very significant this week. Why the letter T is going to be very significant this week, Scorpio? You tell me. Okay, now what else I was going to say, it's basically it is going to be about the future planning also. Very important change that you're going to start feeling drawn towards, but it is not going to happen out of the blue, and this will take a while to go for, to take down this route. So the whole new route is going to become available for you here indeed, and it's all about your future planning, and it's all about you having a confidence. There's a wonderful confidence that you are going to have this week, and it's absolutely brilliant. And again, it's a lot to do with your own personal swift activity, and it's to do with the things that you have been focused on in the past, the things that are going to make you feel like you've got your own worldly power now, and accomplishment, the fantastic accomplishment that you're going to have this week. And this in itself is just going to bring you into this wonderful dimension of confidence and wonderful dimension of power, okay, wonderful dimension of very much so significance when it comes comes to you, wherever you are, people are going to be like, ooh la la, you see. So that's why you're using this radiant energy to the best of its ability, and that's why I'm saying that this is an important time indeed. Just go for it, go for it, go for it, my babies. You know what I say always, if you don't jump in the water, you're never going to learn how to swim. Just jump, jump, jump. This is your time to jump, my babies. This is your time to jump, Scorpio. Okay, wonderful balance. You will feel very much so reconnected with, you will want to reconnect it with the real people in your life. When I say the real people in your life, it's your family, it's your friends, it's the people that you know for a really, really long time. It's going to be absolutely wonderful, because you are going to feel like a very kind of you will feel your own personal transformation. You will feel your own personal power. By the same time, the energy wise, this is going to be absolutely brilliant. So when I say like a hermit mode, when it comes to you, my babies, my beautiful Scorpios, hermit mode is something completely different. Okay, and also it is just a wonderful control over the situation, and especially over the certain anxiety. And when it comes to the actual health, this is going to be ooh la la, my babies. Certain anxiety is going to come to an end. Certain stress situation is going to come to an end. An anxiety that arose a while back, and a certain anxiety that was kind of preventing you to have your own power, to feel your own confidence. And this is just going to have such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful reflection on you. I cannot possibly explain how powerful this is going to be. So when it comes to the actual health, you're going to feel like really good, you're going to feel really amazing, you're going to feel really powerful, you're going to feel really confident, and you will be able to feel the actual energy. So the actual health is going to be absolutely brilliant, full of energy, power, and optimism indeed. And also, what else I was going to say is like, for those of you that are actually in relationship, I need to tell you that your partner needs to like kind of be really careful, because someone is gonna, there's a little snake in the grass. There's a little snake in the grass around your partner. There's a snake in the grass around your partner, and your partner doesn't know that snake is there. Your partner doesn't know the snake even exists. Your partner have no idea that this is a snake, and even worse. The worst thing is that it's right around your partner in the grass, so your partner can't see that snake. Okay, so I just need you to make sure that your partner, if your partner is actually having a really important negotiations or something this week, do not do it. Don't go for it. Don't go for it. Don't go for it. Just wait for a week later and then do it later on. This is how you protect yourself. This is how your partner protects themselves. You see, just kind of don't have negotiations this week. If you can, please just have it a week later. Okay, week later is going to be something completely different, because someone is going to try to use them. And also say to your partner to keep certain things to themselves, that's nobody else's concern. What I find really, really interesting now is that for those of you that are single, you see, it's just for those of you that are single, it is just an option going to become available for you. And that option that is going to become available for you, there is a person that is going to come through, person that is going to come forward, and that person is just going to be like, oh, hello, my darling, you're going to be like that. But there is something going to be a little challenging situation connected to that person. There's going to be like a little wall in between you and that person. And this in itself is going to be your own spiritual learning experience, because you will realize something really important. Why this person is not the right person for you, what you need to do, and what else needs to happen, and why do you find this person is a challenging person when it comes to you and when it comes to your love interest. On another hand, one more thing I was going to say. I said for your partner that they basically that if they have a negotiation that is going to be bad. But now this is for you. One more thing I want to say, Scorpios. If you want to have negotiation, you, not your partner, but you, this is very interesting. But if you want to have negotiation, this is a lucky week for you. If you want to have like some kind of like a negotiation in general, or start something new, this is going to be absolutely brilliant week for you. Okay, perhaps you can start negotiation instead of your partner for them. If you can do this, this would be great. Yeah, but then it's to do with them, it's to do with your partner, and this is for those of you that are in a relationship. But actually, in general, Scorpios, you are going to kind of have a really lucky week, really amazing week. So if you do need to have certain negotiations, Scorpio, go for it, because you're going to end up with so much more, but especially something very, very special that you didn't even hope for. Okay, so now the next sign I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be Sagittarius. Okay, now Sagittarius, it is all about making certain journey. It is all about making certain trip. It is all about making that decision, but it's also all about you doing things slightly differently. This is an important time for you. This is an important week for you, Sagittarius, and you need to do something different. You need to take slightly different route. Something is going to be offered to you, and instead of no, you will need to say yes, or maybe instead of yes, you will need to say no. Something is going to be offered to you, and that in itself is going to bring you the whole new knowledge, the whole new self-illumination, and the whole new perspective. Okay, that new perspective is going to become a new beginning. It's going to make you feel really creative, and also at the same time, immediately it's going to make you feel really, really radiant, because it's going to bring the whole new harmony into your life, and the ridiculous situation is just going to become amazing. Bad situation is going to become good, and through that you're going to see something really, really amazing. It is somebody's going to disappoint you this week. I'm sorry, but somebody's just going to disappoint you this week. A little bit of a heartbreaking situation, and then it's going to be a little bit of absence. There's going to be like a little bit of sorrow, but then at the end of the day, it is just that in itself is just something that you will need to go through, and you will realize this is just going to give the whole control over the situation. It's just a negative situation. It's actually going to be an illuminated situation for you, because it's going to give you the control over the situation where you didn't have control before, but it is going to have like a little bit of a heartbreaking situation connected to it, which means that you're going to make a decision that is not going to be the greatest, like when it comes to your immediate feeling and emotions, but later on you will know that this is going to be exactly what you need, because that is going to lead towards your own personal accomplishment. Also, what I find quite interesting this week, that you are going to have a really wonderful victory and mental clarity that you are going to have, and this is all coming from the certain ending as well. It is going to, the certain situation is going to arise, and it's going to be very tricky. Remember this, my babies. And that tricky situation that is going to arise is actually going to make you realize that, you know, you are on the right track, you're on the right journey. Just don't rush, don't rush, don't rush. That's what I want you to remember. This week, do not rush, okay? Even if it seems like something like rush, just remember, don't rush. Okay, so now what else I was going to say is that basically when it comes to those of you that are actually in relationship, what else I was going to say? Sorry. Your health. Sagittarius, before I go into the relationship, I'm going to actually just say to you the way that your health is actually going to develop. And I think the way your health is actually going to develop, just try to kind of like, you're going to be very sensitive when it comes to like a dairy products. You're going to feel very sensitive when it comes to certain dairy products. So I'm not saying not to have dairy products. I'm not saying not to have, just try to like cut out dairy products just for this week. Just try to have a minimum amount of dairy products, and also try to like cut out sugar as much as you can. Try to cut out the sugar, okay, this week, because this is going to be something that you're just going to kind of feel very, very sensitive towards. And also, what else I was going to say, that your lower back is going to be like a slightly sensitive area. So when it comes to the actual lower back, you know, and when it comes to your back in general, actually, sorry, but lower back is going to be quite strongly like a slightly sensitive area. Just make sure that you sleep in the correct way. Try to sleep throughout the week on your side with the pillow in between your legs, on your side with a nice pillow, you know, and then under your head, you know, and try to sleep like that on the side, because it's really, really good for your back. Okay, and also try to not to strain yourself. Try to take it easy this week, so you don't hurt yourself. It's really good because you will be able to feel this, like like a slightly sensitive back, but by me telling you try to not strain yourself, you could have, maybe like overstrain yourself, and then it's just like a really bad later on. So this is why it's so important to take care of these things. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about those of you that are actually in relationship. Now, my babies, there is a very important transition that you and your partner are going to be going through, and this is very important. This is going to be all about your transition. This is all about your change, and this is all going to be very much so connected to those areas in your life that you were really, really bored or unsatisfied with. So this is going to be an important week of transition and change in a really, really good way for you and your partner. And those of you that are actually single, it is all going to be about a certain accomplishment that you are going to have. Those of you that are single, you're going to be like focusing on your home. Those of you that are single, you're going to be focusing on your changes. Those of you that are single, you're going to find yourself in a situation where you're going to see like, oh my God, there are quite a few things that you will want to focus on this week when it comes to your personal development rather than love. This is not going to be the week where you're going to find like the love of your life, but this is going to be the week of the very, very important reconnection. Okay, so now the next sign the next sign I'm going to be talking about is of course going to be Capricorn. Capricorn, this is all going to be about your personal escape. Okay, you will be facing challenge this week. You will be part of a very unusual situation, very silly situation, a little bit stupid situation. When I say stupid situation, it's just when it's all normally concerning someone. I don't like to talk about people like that stupid. No one's stupid, but it's just going to be the person, very little bit negative person, a little bit evil person, a little bit horrible person that is just going to become the part of the scenario. There are going to be little lies around that person, negativity around that person. There's lots of snakes going to be coming out of their heads. That's how I see a lot of snakes. Medusa, like it's gonna bite you wherever it can bite you, So that's why you need to be a little bit careful, this week, because there is that kind of negative person that is going to become the part of the scenario. What does that mean? That is going to bring the feelings in you, like when you are a little bit nervous, a little bit scared, but you will need to go through this person. You will need to deal with this person. You will need to go through this in order to get where you want to get. There is an important, challenging situation that is actually connected to that person, and that's why you're gonna have to this is going to be a tricky situation that you're gonna need to deal with that particular person, but this is when you're gonna find yourself in a very interesting energy, in very interesting waters. You're gonna find yourself being part of the very interesting scenario, because you're gonna do really, really well. You're gonna surprise yourself, and that in itself is just going to help you to move on with your life. So in order to move on with your life, you're also going to need to go through that rain, and that rain is going to come in the form of a little Medusa, and that means that the Medusa is the person that is not good, that is a little bit evil, that is a little bit bad, that you're going to need to become. You're going to need to go through this, but it's all about you. It's all about your reaction. It's all about you, what you're going to do and the way you're going to react. The bottom line is that it's going to give you a wonderful, challenging situation, and you're going to do really well. The bottom line is also any challenge, my babies, any challenge you have, just go for it. Even if it seems crazy, even if it seems silly, even if it seems insane, even if it seems even if it seems wrong, just go for it, because you will do really, really well, and you're going to surprise yourself indeed. Surprise yourself in a really good way, because after that moment, something is going to be wonderful offered to you, and you are going to have a control over your situation. A new prospect is going to come through, a new prospect is going to come forward. That prospect is also going to take a time, but that moment, that week, is going to be very important when it comes to this, when it comes to the actual starting point. The second stage, the second second process of this journey is going to become available on the 16th of September 2019. 16th of September 2019, it is going to have direct actual continuation of this particular subject that I actually said, okay? And this is also going to bring it a whole new concentration towards something new. You will want to learn something new, you will want to focus on something new, and that in itself is brilliant. Also, the certain family member is going to have a really good news, and it's going to surprise you in a really good way. Fantastic judgment. You see, you are going to need to make a judgment, okay? An important judgment that you're going to need to make right towards the end of the week, by the end of the week, okay? And that judgment that you are going to make, it's going to be absolutely life-changing indeed, and it's just going to be the judgment that you're going to need to make. It's also going to stem from the situation where you're going to feel a little bit like, oh no, things didn't go completely how you wanted them to go, and your immediate reaction is going to be, oh my god, no, my god, but then you're going to realize, oh, okay, no, that's quite good actually. So this is what is going to happen, so watch for it, okay? Now, what else I was going to say, it's that basically when it comes to the actual health, now this is it. When it comes to the actual health, my beautiful Capricorn, when it comes to the actual health, I will tell you something. You are going to need to change your diet. There is something not quite right when it comes to your diet. There is something excess that you are doing. You need to find out what is this excess that you are doing. What is this excess that you actually like ex-lovers, excess. How many exes you say you have? Exes? No. No, it is you're gonna need to like excesses. What are you eating excessively? What are you drinking excessively? Are you smoking excessively? Are you drinking alcohol excessively? Are you drinking coffee excessively? Are you eating too much meat excessively? Are you eating too many fruit and vegetables excessively? You're eating even too much of that. See what it is excessive, too much that you're drinking of, that you're taking, that you're doing, that you need to change. Because if you don't change this excessiveness, it is kind of going to affect you in a really negative way. So when it comes to your health, just try to sit down and try to like kind of think. What do you need to change, and what do you do too much of? Okay, now what else I was going to say now, basically for those of you that are actually in relationship, I need you to kind of like, your partner is and you are going to have a little bit of a touchy feely week, and I need you to be a little bit careful, because it seems to be like maybe there is a lot going to be on your mind going on this week. In a good way, not in a bad way, but you will be dealing with lots of things that will make you like a little bit anxious. And when it comes to your partner is also going to be going through some kind of unsatisfied struggle. It is not going to last forever, but it's going to be connected to the unsatisfied struggle. And also somebody is just maybe going to be very negative towards your partner, and that is going to reflect on your partner, is going to reflect on you. So I just need you to kind of make sure that you both realize that this week is going to be like a little bit like a week full of like, maybe you're both going to be a little bit stroppy this week, but then after that things are actually going to change. In order to deal with things like this to the best of your abilities, just to like keep doing your own thing, and just buy something or do something for your partner. Buy some kind of nice little present for them and just leave it over there, and then they go to work or do whatever you do. Just try to like break this energy slightly. And for those of you that are actually single, there is just someone very responsible that is going to become the part of the scenario, and you're going to feel very drawn towards someone, and that person is going to be very responsible. That person is somebody who you already know, and that person is just also going to be somebody who is actually going to open your eyes towards something really interesting, new stage in your life. But also it is just going to kind of make you realize that this is somebody who you wouldn't normally fancy, you wouldn't normally go for, but that in itself is just going to make you feel like even more, ooh, I like this person. So someone very interesting is about to walk into your life, my babies. Okay, so now when it comes to the actual Aquarius, okay, now Aquarius is basically all about your turn. Now this is going to be a little bit strange, because this is a strange week. This is a little bit bizarre week. This is a little bit weird week. You're also about to enter the whole new dimension. You're also about to enter the whole different dimension. Remember, it starts with 11, it finishes with 17. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Prepare for the surprise. Prepare for the nasty surprise. Nasty surprise. No, sorry. Yeah, prepare for the nasty surprise. Sorry, I will explain before I just get bombarded with no, before I will explain. Okay, so prepare for the little, not nasty surprise, but somebody is just going to kind of, somebody in your life is just going to react to you in a certain situation the way you wouldn't want them to react. It's just not going to be good, because there's a very important stage of your life about to unfold. There's a very important progress of your life. It's about to become evident, and there is a certain energy that you will need from the certain person, but the energy that you will need to do that should come in a certain response, like a certain response which would give you the beautiful vibrant energy that you need in order to move on. Not that that's the essential, but it's really welcoming, especially this time in your life when you're going through lots of changes. Well, it's not going to happen. It's not going to come through that person, and that person is somebody who means to you a lot, somebody who's the part of your life, but somebody who's also going through something really difficult, but they're as closed as like a coffin. They don't talk too much about themselves, and also they're really weird and they're bizarre when it comes to their own life. They're bizarre when it comes to their own feelings. They're bizarre when it comes to their own emotions. So that particular person is actually going to kind of react in a certain way, and it's just not going to respond to you in a certain way, and that is just going to be kind of, first of all, it's going to make you feel like, oh, that's horrible, but then again, you know, day after that, it's going to be like about one day after that something very sacred is going to happen, something very significant is going to happen. You are going to see your omen, and your omen is also going to happen in the form of a bird. The bird is going to do something very, very strange, something very unusual, but also it's going to kind of like happen. The actual bird is going to manifest. The bird is, you're going to see in a very unusual place, in a very unusual situation. This is all going to become the part of the very unusual situation, but the bottom line is that there's going to be a message for you that is going to be available, and that message for you is in itself going to become your own turning point, because it is going to be required from you to act really quickly and to do something really strange, to do something really little bit different and a little bit challenging, but you will know that this is going to be absolutely the right thing for you to do, because this in itself is just going to give you the whole new control, and also you will know that this is all about your own success. This is all about the new stage. This is all about the new life. This is all about your power. This is all about your enlightenment. This is all about your passion. This is all about you living again. This is all about your own reflection, and this is all about your own life, and not only other people in your life, but this is your time of power, your time of unfoldment, which is going to be absolutely brilliant indeed. There's a big wish that's going to come through, and finally you're going to start feeling stable. Okay. And what else I was going to say, do you know what I mean? Like when it comes to the actual, when it comes to the actual you feeling in general, the way you're going to feel, it is going to be really whole wonderful sense of enlightenment. You will have a very strong connection with your own spirituality, very strong connection with the people around you. You will want to connect, you will want to reconnect, okay? But there is also certain situation that is going to come through from your past, something from the childhood, something from the past. It's going to be ringing in your mind. Something, an unresolved situation from the past is going to come through and it's going to come forward. You need to learn and let it go. You need to learn and let it go. Listen. Karmically, Aquarius, this is so important. Something from the past, childhood, like a long time ago. You need to forgive and forget to someone. Okay, very, very important, because that, if you do this right, you see, this is so important. This is going to become amazingly powerful end of the certain spiritual journey, but the beginning of the new spiritual journey, because you're going to allow your spirit to progress, and this is the time of progress, okay? Also, there's a new idea going to kind of become available to you here, the new unfoldment of your life that is just going to seem like a tiny now, but also the new prospect is going to bring a new idea. The new idea is going to bring a new realization, and new realization is going to bring a certain concentration that is going to be close to you learning something. The second important stage, my baby, is like after this week for you, it's going to be on the 18th of December 2019. On the 18th of December, 18th of December, it is going to be direct a continuation of whatever is going here, and it's going to be absolutely good, because most certainly you are going to have your own balance. Most certainly you are going to have your own redirection, but a good redirection indeed, because it's going to come all to the certain passion. Very, very good news about a certain family member. Very, very good news about a certain family member that you're going to be happy with, to step in the right direction. It's a lot to do with the progress. That is just going to make you feel like, oh, thank God for this. When it comes to health, you know, a little bit of a stressful situation, a little bit of a stressful week you're going to have, because there's a little bit of like certain decisions that you're going to need to make that are going to make you feel like in a certain way. So what I said before, the same thing what I said before for you as well, I highly recommend brewer's yeast. Brewer's yeast, it's a natural form of B vitamins. I highly suggest you to take B vitamins, my babies, throughout February and March 2019. This is going to be a very significant time for you. Brewer's yeast is a natural form of B vitamins. Brewer's yeast, okay? You can have it in a powder. It's a little bit difficult to take, but you can take it in a tablet. If you take it in a tablet form, make sure it needs to be just brewer's yeast, nothing else. No binding ingredients, no rubbish, anti-caking agents, blah, blah, blah. Just brewer's yeast, okay? So natural, dried brewer's yeast needs to be in ingredients, and take this like with the food always. And this is absolutely brilliant, because this is the natural form of B vitamins, rather than taking some kind of chemicals and all the things that they put in. But especially when it comes to you and your energy, this is going to be brilliant, my babies. Okay, so now Aquarius, those of you that are in relationship, it's just going to be so brilliant, so amazing. Romance. I mean, my goodness, Aquarius, I think you're making love lately. So it's like lots of you are going to be going through a really great time, making love, great satisfaction, romance. And your partner is also going to surprise you this week. Your partner is going to surprise you. They're going to do something, and you're going to think like, God, they're absolutely amazing. My God, this person is like amazing. You're going to like that indeed. That's going to bring you the whole new motivation. And for those of you that are actually single, it is just not going to be the right week to meet someone new, because there is going to be another, like a little snake in the grass is going to become available. But that snake in the grass that is going to become available is a little bit of too much of a snake, and I would like you to stay away from. It's not somebody good. This person is not even single. Ew. No. Aquarius, that you can have fun, you can enjoy yourself, have a great time, whatever you do. But for the actual relationship, I would like you to stay away from this person who will become available this week. Thank you. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's of course going to be Pisces. Now Pisces, my babies, it is just basically the certain progress. This week is going to start with you having a certain progress. The progress that you're going to have is going to be connected to you. It's going to be connected to your financial situation. It's also going to be connected to your own power, but it's all about the actual advantage. And it's not only like, oh yeah, this is what I've done this really great, but you're just going to end up with a little bit more that you're actually bargained for. And I think that this is actually really brilliant, because this is all about your perfection. This is all about your personal power, and this is all about you having a balance back. I do see you actually, lots of people are going to be kind of admiring you this week. The right people are going to be admiring you this week, which means that you're going to have your power. You're going to be like, ooh la la, this is going to be an ooh la la week for you, my Pisces, which means that, again, I've not seen this before, but this is going to be very powerful because there is a lot that is actually going to manifest this week, not straight away this week, but a lot that you do this week, it is just kind of surprise you, because it's going to make you realize that, the things that you will want to turn things upside down, but at the same time, you're kind of going to realize that the things were always there, but it's just all about you just looking at the things from a slightly different angle. This is exactly what is going to happen. There is a certain advice from somebody who means to you really a lot that is going to come through forward. That advice is just going to become a really wonderful idea as well. At the same time, it is just going to bring you a whole new determination, and also you will find yourself feeling very, I want next step. So those of you that are working, you will want more, you will maybe want promotion, maybe you will want to look like what would you like to do next, maybe how can you get promotion, maybe you will want to move on from where you are. You don't move on from where you are until you find another job, and if you are looking for another job, maybe you want to say to the people in your company, or maybe you don't want to say to the people in your company. I think this is your thing. I think you keep it to yourself. I think you keep it within your own energy. I think you keep it within your own aura. I think you keep it within your own power, because this is your own personal spiritual journey. So certain things you just keep to yourself. There is the new deep concentration and study that is going to become very significant here indeed. What else I was going to say, Pisces, you're going to need to be a little bit assertive, because someone is also this week going to try to trick you into something. So this is not going to be the great week for negotiations. This is not going to be the great week to buy something new. This is not going to be the great week to start something new, because there is somebody who's going to try to trick you into something, and I don't trust them, I don't like them, and I need you to be a little bit careful. And also it is just a dishonesty that I'm seeing. So if you can just kind of wait for 1 week, and then after that, if you can just do something. But this week I need you to be really careful. And if you do have to have negotiations, and if you do need to do this and you can't change it, I understand, be very careful and protect yourself. Again, the salt is again very significant this week, not only for you, but try to have a salt in each pocket. I know it sounds weird, I'm sorry, but the salt is very powerful, salt is very significant, and salt is very strong when it comes to us protecting us against all sorts of negative energies and negative entities, and don't allow this to mess up with your energy. Salt is very strong. Again, a natural salt. You put in a little bag, you put in one pocket, put in a little bag, put in another pocket, and then you just have this with you throughout this week. Anyway, it is all going to be about your own transformation. You will want to change things around you. You will want to change things in your home, change things in your environment, change things in your garden, perhaps, and things like that. And also, there is all about your own recognition. You are going to be recognized this week, Pisces. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. You are going to be recognized indeed. So if you are, please, I don't know how to stress this to you. This is so important. Don't miss this. Don't miss it. This week starts on the 11th and it finished on the 17th. It's such an important time. It's all about the spirituality. It's all about the power. It's all about the radiance. It's all about our spiritual journey. We have to get it right. Number 11 means the surprise is going to happen really nice. Number 17, it means that this is going to be the sacred time of your life. Whatever you do now, whatever you start, whatever you go for, the direct continuation of that is going to happen on the 17th of October 2019. The 17th of October 2019 is going to be the direct continuation of what you do here. But it's an absolute perfect time to use it, like this energy, this radiant. You're going to have this radiant energy. Just remember, you're going to be shining. You're going to be very powerful. Your vibration is going to be very strong. You're going to feel very grounded. Just remember, use this energy correctly. Use this power correctly. What you want to do, if you want to changes, go for them. If you have a challenge and you're scared to go for it, go for it. Just go for it, because it's going to make you really super powerful. It is all about your homecoming time. It is all about your strength. It is all about your victory and mental clarity. And also it is just to do with your passion, unfoldment, and your own reflection, which is the things that you instinctively wanted to do for a really long time, things that you were kind of subconsciously focusing on. Now there is going to be your own opportunity that's going to come through, and it's going to manifest in a form of your own rebirth. And this rebirth is going to start happening to you in your life by kind of having this amazing options when it comes to actually you having certain challenges, you having certain challenges that are actually going to end up really well, and it's going to end up really good, and it's going to end up really significant. It's just going to bring you the most significant time of your life so far, in the form of the new school, new college, new direction, new bright prospects that are just going to become one of the most significant times of your life. And it's all to do with your own beginning, your own new beginning, and the fairness. And also, let me just tell you that there is a certain situation like the judgment situation, that your justice is coming, my babies, your justice is coming, and that particular justice that is coming is just going to have a wonderful reflection on you and the people around you, people in your family. Something that you waited for a really long time to be decided for you by somebody else, and the justice is going to be good, justice is going to be brilliant, and it's going to put a massive smile on your face. I can see it, and that in itself is just going to become the whole new starting point for you as well. Okay, and what else I was going to say, that my beautiful Pisces, is basically what you're going to need to do this week as well. There is an honest person that is going to manifest around you, a man, a male person, an older, mature, beautiful, powerful male person. Maybe it could be your dad, maybe it could be your father, maybe it could be your friend, maybe it could be somebody who you know, maybe it could be a family member, maybe it could be somebody who you really could look up to. There's a wonderful advice that you will get through this person, not necessarily from this person, but it's something they will say, something they will do, something you will see, something that you will become a part of, that is just going to kind of become a direct answer to the huge problem that you are having indeed, okay? And in itself, it's going to become a new starting point, okay? When it comes to your health, this is just going to be absolutely brilliant week. You're going to find yourself having lots of energy. You're going to find yourself feeling very strong. You will find yourself thinking about the work-life balance. You will find yourself like really achieving a lot, but really you will kind of go into the sport mode, and that's so good. That's brilliant. This is all part of these energies. This is all part of this particular spiritual journey. You're gonna find yourself like rediscovering yourself, rediscovering your fitness, rediscovering your power, and you will find yourself feeling very close to kind of towards like a new diet or trying new healthy things and things like that, and that's absolutely brilliant. Mentally, you will be absolutely full of optimism, and physically you're going to kind of have your vavavoom back. And not only that, but radiance is going to be very, very essential. Radiance is going to be very significant when it comes to you this week, okay? For those of you that are actually in relationship, you see, you will just really have a great time. There is something that your partner is going to do this week to you, and you're going to like it. There's something that your partner is going to do, and it's going to surprise you, and it's going to put a really beautiful smile on your face again, and you're just going to realize that maybe certain stage that you were thinking about, that you were unhappy about when it comes to your partner, this is going to have direct kind of a connection with that, the direct connection with a certain stage of your life where you were kind of unhappy with, and now you're just going to realize something really beautiful about your partner, how beautiful that person is, and that is just going to bring you closer together. And also there is a really interesting communication, an interesting chat you're actually going to have this week. Like, you will see exactly what I mean. Okay, and those of you that are single, it is just, you just need to kind of also, there is somebody that is a part of the scenario, and you're gonna have to forgive and forget as well. But this is in a sense of love. There is someone still that is at the back of your mind, and that person who is at the back of your mind this week is somebody who you need to let go. Bye. Yes. So whether this is somebody who you've been with before, whether this is somebody who you maybe just been together like only one night, like a one-night stand or something, you know, or maybe you have never been with this person, maybe that person was never the part of the scenario, maybe you're just really attached to someone subconsciously. My babies, you have a very strong power of your mind, you have a very, very strong energy, Pisces, and if you are attached to somebody else like that subconsciously, you may not even realize, and you're just like you just close all the doors around you and you don't allow anyone else in. So that's why I need you to realize this is so important. Who do you still fancy this week? Who do you feel like this week who you shouldn't like? As soon as you realize this, you are going to allow someone really special to come through into your life. Otherwise, I wouldn't see this. You see what I mean? You see what I mean now? My goodness, thank you ever so much to all of you for watching my videos. I love you to bits, okay? Mwah. I'm sending you brightest blessings, love and light, okay? Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium.